Good afternoon. Today, we will be covering handling complaints. Our first scenario will be covering retail customer complaints, followed by employee to manager complaints. This is for Dr. Decker's class for his IPS master's program, and we are going to go ahead and begin scenario number one. And shortly throughout it, I feel like I'll just go ahead and pause it because it's extremely long. And then I will resume recording once we start scenario number two. This is my assistant. This is Darby. And she is going to be helping me with her complaints as a retail customer and a very disappointed employee. So from here, we're going to get started. Hello, welcome to MAC. I am Casey, your store manager. I understand you wanted to speak with me today. How can I assist you?
Yes, you can help me. Thank you. I'm Darby, and I'm actually a secret shopper, and so I don't have such great news for you. I came in earlier trying to get some foundation, and I was hoping to get a match because I have a big event coming up. And I waited 15 minutes for someone to help me. And I even made eye contact with one of the makeup artists, and she kind of held her finger up to me, like, oh, be with you 1 minute. And it just took forever. And then when I was just about ready to leave, what really pushed me over the edge to leave actually was that like someone better dressed than me came in, and she immediately stopped what she was doing to go and help that person instead of me who had been waiting. And so because of that, I just felt like I was standing there like an invisible person, and I decided to, you know what, I'll take my money elsewhere and give y'all some pretty bad remarks for the secret shop. And you know what that woman bought when she was helping, or when she was being helped by your employee? An $18 lipstick, when I was ready to spend about $200 on makeup for this event. And because I couldn't get the help that I needed, and I was treated with disrespect and, the lack of interest of my patronage, that I went over to the Chanel counter and spent $300 instead on stuff that's probably a little bit better quality.
Probably. Well, genuinely,
Well, I just go ahead. Sorry.
I am genuinely, Darby. First of all, I want to sincerely apologize. That is not how we treat our customers here. That is not our mission. And I am deeply disappointed to hear about your experience. No one should ever feel ignored or less valued because of the way that they look when they walk in. Your presence here is just as important as any other customer that walks through the door. And I am appalled, frankly, at how you were treated.
Yep, that's exactly how I felt. I don't always have to be in glam when I walk out the door of my house. That's why I come here to get the, things that I need to get that way.
Absolutely.
But you know what? I appreciate you actually listening to what I had to say.
I completely understand why you're upset. I myself tend to be a very casual dresser when I am not in work mode. And I can completely understand how you felt the way that you felt because personally, it was completely out of line and completely unacceptable. We failed you. And I am incredibly sorry that that's what happened to you today. I will be however, addressing this with my team immediately because that kind of treatment is absolutely unacceptable and it is a horrible representation of our brand and our high quality makeup of MAC.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Welcome. But I want to do more than just listen to what happened to you today. I truly want to fix this situation. I know that you made your purchases already elsewhere, but I would love to give you a complimentary foundation match and a gift card on a future purchase if you would be open to it. I want you
I
to feel incredibly welcome and valued here as you should have been today.
I wasn't expecting that from anybody here, at least. So thank you. I do really appreciate that as well. I do love to use MAC for sure.
It is a good brand and it is amazing for high quality event makeup. And we truly do appreciate you, Darby. And I hope in the future that you're going to be able to give us another chance to earn your business and trust in the future. Insane. Okay, Dr. Decker, that is the end of the scenario of the customer complaint. This was actually taken from a real life scenario from my experience, and Darby executed it perfectly. And we're going to move on to me as her manager and her as my employee giving me a complaint. And we're going to go ahead and start that scenario as well. So, get to the start. Okay. Hey, Darby, I can tell something is on your mind. Let's go ahead and sit down. I need you to tell me what's going on.
Well, let me start and say that I bust my butt every day. And I take almost all the workload, making sure that our projects are successful and everything is organized and completed in a timely manner. Meanwhile, my coworker likes to just sit and play on their phone, barely lift a finger, and yet we both get the same recognition just because we're on the same team. The bonuses we received make me furious because I'm the one who does all the work. And I know that we're not supposed to know how much each person gets as a bonus, but obviously they tell me these things. And so that's how I know that we got the same amount of money.
Wow. Okay. Well, I will say honestly that I completely hear you, Darby. That sounds like it's an incredibly frustrating situation, and I can see why you're upset. It's not fair to feel like you're carrying the weight of an entire team alone.
I'm over it. I do like 95% of the work, and yet they receive credit just because they showed up. I mean, if I stopped doing everything, then nothing would get done. And then, our team wouldn't be recognized for anything. And, production would plummet because of it.
Absolutely. Well, I truly do appreciate you bringing this to my attention and giving me an opportunity to sit down with you and hear you out because I can tell through as long as you've worked with us that there's been something weighing heavy on you. And having this conversation was vital. And I do want to address, I want to have an opportunity to check with you to see if you have had an opportunity to have a conversation with your team about this. Or has this
Oh,
literally
I've tried.
been the spirit of your team from the beginning?
I've tried. I've made comments, I've hinted at things, I've even outright just asked for help, and nothing ever changes.
Okay. Well, that's extremely disappointing to hear. It is important to me that your hard work receives recognition and the workload distribution remains fair. And right now, it's not fair. What would you like to see happen from this meeting?
Well, I mean, like you said, I just want things to be fair. And whether that be they're stepping up, which I mean, they should, it's their job, or, they just don't get the same benefits or, perks or whatever as I do, the same recognition if I'm the one doing all the work, despite being on the same team.
And honestly, that is completely reasonable. Here's what I can do. I plan to have a conversation with your team about the expectations of their job performance moving forward. I'm going to examine how we evaluate contributions to ensure rewards match equal effort. Because it sounds like right now it is extremely imbalanced. And if they are not meeting the expectations, rewards are no longer going to reflect that. I'm also planning to check in with you every week to monitor improvements.
Okay. I really appreciate that. I couldn't stay quiet about it anymore. So thank you.
Absolutely. And honestly, you should never have to feel like you can't bring this kind of situation to my attention, because with a breakdown in teamwork, it affects our brand, it affects our projects, and you should not be carrying this all alone. This should be an evenly distributed project where everyone's responsible for something, so that when it comes together, it's a cohesive project that everyone can be proud of, and not you stressed out at the end because you did the whole thing. I value you. You bring to our organization creativity. You bring to our organization an incredible sense of work ethic, and I want to make sure you feel supported. I want to touch base with you at the end of the week to see how things are improving. Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Casey.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to meeting with you and seeing how your team progresses, because as of right now, it's unacceptable. And we are going to make sure that everyone understands what team playing means. If that means we've got to pull out videos and make them retake tests, and ensure that you have the actual support that you need to carry on this job. So
Awesome. Thank you.
I will see you next Friday, and we are going to touch base and see if things are improving.
All right.
Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right. Well, then I will be checking in with you very soon. Thank you, Darby, for taking a moment to be very transparent with me and feeling comfortable enough to let me know what has been weighing so heavy on you.
Thanks for listening.
Welcome, and I look forward to talking to you very soon.
Okay.
Have a good rest of your afternoon, and continue your hard work, and I promise that it will be recognized.
Thanks.
And that is the end of scenario number 2. From here, I am going to make sure that you are provided with scripts that we've worked off of from personal experiences. Darby, you did an amazing job as my volunteer and my first complaints on a corporate level, and I will continue to improve on these. And from here, you're going to take that feedback form and you're going to go through and rate me, and then I will work on filling that in and submitting this to Dr. Decker. So thank you, Dr. Decker. I will be uploading this for you to review, and hopefully this takes care of all the burden of proof. I'm also going to quickly take a screenshot of us working together, and I will be in touch soon. All right. Thank you so much, Darby.
Thanks.